Months later, the NFL finally admitted it got key calls wrong against the Baltimore Ravens, but only after the season was over, after the damage was already done, and when that bombshell dropped, Kyle Van Noy didn't stay quiet. He said what a lot of people were already thinking. This wasn't some minor mistake. These were decisions that flipped a pivotal game and packed the playoff race. Now the league admits it, but nothing can be undone. So the real question is simple: what actually happened? And why is this still fueling so much anger in Baltimore? Do you remember that Week 14 game against the Pittsburgh Steelers? We were at its peak, crucial down late, stadium rocking, every possession feeling like gold. In that moment, the Ravens defense picked off Aaron Rodgers. On the field, the call was clear: turnover. But after review, everything changed. The decision was overturned. It became a completion, and the entire direction of the game shifted. Now, months later, the NFL has admitted the final review was wrong. By rule, the player had to complete the process of the catch and survive the ground. And that didn't happen. Think about the impact of that. This wasn't some random September gamer. It was a heavyweight matchup with the real playoff implications. That decision affects field position, momentum, morale, and create a domino effect that shaped the rest of the season. The final record, 8-9, permanently etched in franchise history. And when the league admits the mistake only after everything's over, the feeling is strange. You realize the frustration was justified, but it's too late to change anything. What hurts most isn't just the mistake, it's the timing here months later that a game-changing call was handled incorrectly, when there's no longer any way to fix it. And that's exactly where this history escalates. Because inside that locker room, not everyone stayed silent. When the NFL admitted the mistake, some people shrugged and moved on. Inside the building, it was different. Kyle Van Noy didn't let it slide. He went straight to the point. How can the league admit not one, but three major errors in the same game? Beyond the Rodgers play, there was the overturned touchdown from Isaiah Likely and the 15-yard penalty involving Travis Jones that was later acknowledged as incorrect. To him, that crosses the line. Van Noy basically said out loud what many already felt. Admitting mistakes months later doesn't erase competitive damage. It doesn't give the ball back. It doesn't change the score. It doesn't rewrite 8-9. He made it clear he understands mistakes happen. That's part of the game. But three critical calls in one rivalry game was hurt the same team. It's hard to swallow. At the highest level of football, the margin for error has to be razor thin, especially in games directly tied to the playoffs race. His tone wasn't just frustration, it was a demand for action, because once the league acknowledges it got it wrong, the obvious question becomes, what changed now? And that's where it stops being about one game and becomes something much bigger within the NFL. When you stack out those decisions together, the overturned interception, the wiped out touchdown, the questionable penalty, you start to see the full domino effect. There's no way to say for certain that a Week 14 win would put the Ravens in the playoffs. But it's fair to say the entire outlook changes. Different pressure in the final week, different energy in the locker room, a completely different storyline for the season. The bigger issue here is rush. When the league itself admits it mishandled critical moments, months later, it reinforces the feeling that the competitive damage was locked, and long before the correction came. For a franchise built on discipline, defense identity, and constant contention, knowing that uncontrollable factors had that much influence things, and it doesn't just fade away with one disappointing season. It shapes how players and the organization view the system moving forward. At the end of the day, one question lingers. How do you make sure this doesn't happen again? The Ravens showed talent, preparation, and execution throughout the year. But when crucial decisions move from the field into officiating controversy, the conversation changes entirely. And after Van Noy's reaction, this debate is far from over. What happened here goes far beyond a blow review. The NFL admitted the mistakes, but the impact was already locked into the Baltimore Ravens season. This isn't just about the one play. It's about a pivotal game, a playoff race, and a year that could have ended very differently. And when Kyle Van Noy steps forward publicly, it sends a clear message. This crossed the acceptable line at the highest level of the league. Now I want to hear from you. Does this admission change anything, or is the damage already done? Should the NFL create real consequences when mistakes of this magnitude happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments and enjoy the conversation. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.